Welcome all the kids who have joined and those who will join later. Om Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. We have seen in the last class Guru Shishya Parampara, in which we know that to learn anything you require a teacher and you require a student to assimilate the knowledge. And Swastik gave a very good example of Ramakrishna Paramahansa and his student Swami Vivekananda, the great Swami Vivekananda. Then we also saw who is an ideal student. As we all know, those who study well, they are punctual in the class and they attentively attend the classes. Those are ideal students, but that is ideal only in the classroom. What about the real life? We have seen this. I'm just revising it. The one who has Shraddha, devotion to his teacher, the one who is totally surrendering to teacher, because only when you completely surrender, that means your glass is empty. Something can be poured in your mind. That is total surrender. The one who is determined and disciplined. The one who believes in Guru's teaching and finally believes in himself. The one who follows the path of dharma, means righteousness. Whatever is right, he will follow. These are the real life ideal students. And this is required in our path of spirituality. Finally, Naren also explained us about Shankaracharya and his four disciples, and we know Hastamalakya, Totakacharya, and I don't remember the other two, Padmapada. So all these four of them, they went and so here it is Padmapada, Hastamalakacharya, Sureshwaracharya. Sureshwaracharya came to South India and he started Sringeri Mata. Totakacharya went to the northern part of India in Badrinath and he started Jyotir Mata. In the west, Kalika Mata was again started by Sri Padmapadacharya, and Govardhana Mata in the eastern part near Puri, Sri Hastamalakacharya. So these are the disciples who went and propagated the knowledge of Vedanta. Today, we will start with a story. Today's class will start with a beautiful story if Sharav is already there. Sharav, you are there?
Sir, Shara was not there at the moment.
Okay, then what we learned in the last class. I think we only did one verse from last class, and that was 16th verse. Before this, we saw that in the entire chapter, Bhagwan is giving a slight glimpse of what he is. Okay, what is he? What he is? We see Bhagwan in the form of some idol, but Bhagwan has explained us in 11th chapter, 10th chapter. So here it is 7th chapter. It is far before 11th and 10th. So 7th chapter is saying small glimpses. He is there in everything. He is saying that he is there in that water, fire, air. He says he is there in the sun, moon, all the shining things around you. So he was, after that, he starts saying that those people who are able to see him are going to reach to him. Means what? They are going to get liberation. Those who are not able to see him are people who never ever will get liberation. And in fact, they will go on getting cycle of birth and death. And this verse, he tells, who are those people who can totally surrender to him? Chaturvida bhajante mam jana sukruti new Arjuna Artho jignyasurarthartho jnani cha bharatarshava. Four types of people surrender to God. Who are those? Those who are distressed. We all know whenever we are in trouble, we will ask help from God. But the more important is the wise, even not in trouble, they will remember God. And finally, the seeker of truth. Truth here means what is the right way of leading the life, the human life, and the seeker of wealth. Obviously, those who want to have materialistic wealth also, they will seek God. This was the last class. We did only one verse. Sharav has joined. Okay. So today's class we start with Raghav. Has Raghav joined?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Raghav, go ahead with your verse, please.
Hari Om, sir.
Hari Om.
The next. So first I will recite the verse, right? So, sir, should I recite word by word or in the flow?
No, you can give break one fourth, like we do.
Okay, follow up. Okay.
Yes.
Tesham ज्ञानी नित्ययुक्त
तेषां
तेषां ज्ञानी
ज्ञाने
नित्ययुक्ता
नित्ययुक्ता
एकभक्तिर्विशिष्यते एकभक्तिर्विशिष्यते
एकभक्तिर्विशिष्यते
प्रियो हि ज्ञानिनोत्यर्थमहम्
प्रियो
प्रियो
हि
हि ज्ञानिनोऽर्थ्यार्थम्
ज्ञानिनोत्यर्थम्
स च मम प्रियः
अहं
स च मम
स
प्रियः
च मम प्रियः
So next slide.
Yes.
So translation and the meaning of this verse. So this verse is Bhagavad Gita is in the 7th chapter and the 17th verse. So amongst these, I consider them to be the highest who worship me with knowledge and are steadfastly and exclusively devoted to me. I am very dear to them and they are very dear to me. So in this verse, Krishna tries to explain to Arjuna about the people who are most dear to Krishna. By the way, everyone is dear to Krishna, but the way there are only some students in the class which are close to the teacher a lot and with whom students as well as the teachers can also share their personal problems, with those students are only few and have some characteristics in common. So next slide. So how can one be in the good looks of Krishna? So first is the special devotees of Krishna worship him steadfastly, meaning who are always dedicated to him, whether in good situations or bad situations, inside their comfort zone or outside their comfort zone. One such example is Sir A.R. Rahman. He was a Hindu before, but he was not steadfastly worshipping Krishna. He only believed him until everything was happening impeccable in his life. But as soon as her sister died of a disease, he got converted. He was unstable in his spiritual practice and was ignorant of the fact that maybe her sister's karma was impure. So next slide. Second is the special devotees of Krishna worship him with all their knowledge without ignorance. They like to gain knowledge about Krishna and they love to praise and hear his praises also. They are not like the ignorant people like today who worship Lord without any knowledge, like many YouTube channels on which people just go to holy places to make reels and gain likes and views and to not listen about Krishna. So next slide. Third, the special devotees of Krishna are exclusively dedicated to him. They perform each and every task, keeping him in mind and taking him as the center of their lives. Even if they're studying, they would study for Krishna, so that once they get a good job, they can maybe help many or help the old ladies of Vrindavan, etc. So next slide. So an ideal example of one whose dear is Krishna and who is dear to Krishna. Mirabai worshipped Krishna with all her knowledge. She was also the disciple of Saint Ravidas. She was worshipping him when his, oh sorry, she was worshipping him when she was living in her extravagant court, and also when she was kicked out of her palace in the streets of Vrindavan. She was only living for Krishna. Her main purpose of life was his pleasure. So next slide. So an ideal example of fake devotion is Tarakaksha, Kamalaksha, and Vidyunmali. According to Padma Purana, they worshipped Brahma for the boon of immense power. They were not at all interested in knowing who is God, how one can reach to him, etc. They lived to exercise their powers on the meek. And for Brahma, it was utmost important for him to grant them the boon. Otherwise, they would create a havoc and leave their penance furiously, destroying anything and everything. So next slide. Thank you, sir, and everyone for supporting me. Hari Om.
Excellent. Very good presentation, Raghav. You not only brought out the meaning of the verse, but you gave a lot of examples. And one such example, which is happening in the real life today, is that those who go to different temples or anywhere, they first make a video and put it on the internet for getting likes. But they don't even understand that why they went to that place for the first time. What is the reason they have gone there? Similarly, many kids might be studying to get marks, and they in that uh, race of getting marks may not understand the real meaning of physics, chemistry, and whatever is taught in the class. So, teacher also likes the student who understands. Memorizing is one part, but understanding is very important. Okay, so you can memorize formulas, but how to apply the formulas, isn't it? You can memorize the chemistry equations, but how it is been used in the daily in our daily life, because organic chemistry you see every day in the kitchen. So that if you understand that, you will be a good student. Similarly, what is to understand about this knowledge? This is the verse it is about. Those who understand and then chant or then do the prayers or then do the mantras, they are definitely closer to God. What do you understand by this? Very simple, children. God is saying in every verse, in each many of the verses he's trying to say, get out of all the gunas. In the last few verses we saw sattva, rajas, tamas guna is in mixture in every one of us. And he said, I am in that gunas also I am there, but he is not affected by any gunas. Why? If a spider makes a web, okay, just take this example, listen carefully. How does the spider make a web, children? Any idea?
Eats the web from its body and makes it
Saliva. Okay.
saliva.
So if he makes the web from himself, but he gets, why does he make the web first of all? Why does he make the web?
To catch insects.
Insects. And so this web is sticky, right? And if Aniket, I can't hear you properly. Your mic or something is very far. No, Aniket, your mic is very far. You please correct it, otherwise cannot be heard. So the spider makes the web, but if he gets attached to it by some like the insects, it is a disaster, right? So that's why Bhagwan makes the world, but he is detached from it. Nothing affects him. Similarly, those who understand that Bhagwan is within you also, and but when you are interacting in this world day-to-day life, if we interact as if as Bhagwan, that understanding should be there. Because each part is made by Bhagwan. That Bhagwan means we cannot see him in reality, but that consciousness has created everything, just like spider creates the web. Once we understand this meaning, then what? Then we are already closer to Bhagwan. Because where is Bhagwan? If he is there in the temple, if he is there in the church or any other place, and if it is there in one of the small, very small space in your home, in some photo or some idol, then it is also there in every part of your body. So once you know that you are none other than Bhagwan, Aham Brahmasmi Jivatma Paramatma Aikyam, because these three gunas are taken away. This is the understanding from the verse that once you understand and chant it, once you understand and study, the marks, the getting the ranks, getting the seat, everything is secondary. Primary is understanding the meaning of it. So I hope children, when you get a verse, like today what Raghav did, you understand it, present it, and it will be staying in your memory forever. Now Sharav has come. Can we just go to Sharav's story?
Sorry,
Sharav,
sir, I was a little late.
no problem. No problem. You start the story.
Hari Om. Um, Today I'll be saying a story on how strong Karna was. It is very, very shocking. This is the only slide I have put. It is very small, but I'll elaborate on it. So when the Mahabharata war was going on, Arjuna and Karna had come face to face. Both of their chariots were facing each other and they were exchanging arrows at great power and speed. During this, usually a charioteer only praises the one he who's on his chariot, whose side he's on. But Krishna never praised Arjuna in this battle and praised only Karna. Even though Arjuna, when his arrows hit Karna's chariot, it went far back. But when Karna hit Arjuna's chariot, it went only a little back. So Arjuna asked Krishna why. He was not praising Arjuna and praising Karna, even though the chariot of Karna was going more back and he was dealing more damage. Krishna said that on Arjuna's chariot there is the weight of Krishna. Krishna is known to be one of the forms of the Lord, which means pretty much the whole universe, the Mahabharata war, the everything that we know or we don't know is within him. He's still pushing it back. Hanuman is the flag. Hanuman can grow infinitely big, we all know. He grew very big just to get to Lanka. He can grow way bigger. Next, Sheshanaga has the wheels. But still, Karna managed to push it back. Imagine all of those great deities, how much weight they must have, containing so many, we can say, planets or places within them, because they are like God and they do carry the universe with them. Still, Karna somehow managed to push these three things and the weight of the chariot. Arjuna lost all of his, we can say, pride that he was stronger, and he continued fighting. The moral is that we should not be proud too much about anything, because who knows, maybe like the case of Karna and Arjuna, they are doing much more than you, but you just don't realize it. Hari Om.
Hariom. So it's a very good story. And what is the moral that we should appreciate whatever good or bad is happening around us? Try to be avoiding the bad, but something is not happening according to your likes. Just pray to God, because maybe Bhagwan is wanting you to go through this small situation to learn the meaning of that thing, or experience the thing, so that it will be useful somewhere else. So here the pride of Arjuna was subdued, because, but one good thing is Arjuna inquired to Krishna. If he has not inquired at all, then he would think, okay, he is the greatest person. So even though he was proud, but he was a very good student to understand why this is happening, and then he got the answer. That's a very good story by Sharon. Nicely you brought out. Let us go to the
Sir,
yes.
the Karna was a demigod because her Karna mother was Kunti and the father of Karna was Sun
Yes, correct.
Deva.
Exactly, correct.
he was a
Surya Putra. Yes, correct. Let us go to 7.18th verse by Moksh. Moksh, go ahead.
हरि ओम ऑल
Hari Om.
उदारा सर्व एवेते
Udara sarva evete.
ज्ञानी त्वातमेव मे मतम्
Jnani tvatmeva me matam.
अर्थः स हि युक्तात्मा
Astitasthi yuktatma.
Atma.
तमेवानुत्तमां गतिम्
Mamevanutatmam gatim.
The short meaning of this verse is all these devotees are certainly noble. However, the wise man is myself. This is my teaching because with a steadfast mind he has restored me alone, who am the highest goal. So next please. In this verse, Lord Krishna tells about the categories of his devotees. Bhakt. Lord says that the person who prays me is very noble, although he is devoted to me for any worldly desires, yet he is very noble. But there are some devotees who pray Lord not for any worldly desire, but the supreme goal is only Lord Krishna. All their works and dedicated to Supreme Lord. Also, Supreme Lord is very fond of his devotees and cannot be separated from them, and they are very close to God. Hari Om. Om.
Okay, good, Moksha. You are going like a super fast friend. But we like you, just like Krishna likes all his devotees. So, what if now he is going to introduce different types of bhakti? Have we done bhakti yoga sometime back? Do you remember?
12th chapter, yes, sir, I remember.
Yes, 12th chapter and also 9th chapter. Rajya Vidya, Rajya Guhya Vidya. In both these chapters,
Rajaguhya Rajaguhya Yoga.
yes, I think 7th chapter looks like an introduction to the entire second Shatakam. Because second is the Madhyama Shatakam is Bhakti. So second chapter introduced about God, then he introduced about the gunas. Now he is introducing the devotees. So children, whenever you go and pray for something, like some people go and pray, and they also put something in the hundi. Have you seen hundi? Do you know what is hundi? If you go to Tirupati?
Yes, sir.
No. So there is a big thing where
Sir,
they
where
will,
we put
Silent
money?
containers.
Sir, where we put money?
yeah, money. So it is like
Like the
you,
band box.
yes. So box. So there, generally, Swamiji also says giving money in the hundi and then praying to Lord is like you make Lord a medium to get something back. We should not do that. You should not be asking something like if I pay this much amount, give me something. That is a very manda bhakti. So bhakti has three levels: manda, madhyama, and uttama. Now, what is Lord saying is, even though people who come and who have worldly desires, let them have it. At least for that sake, they're coming to temple. That sake, they're remembering God. I also like these people very much. But whom do I really love? Whom do I really consider my real bhakta? Supreme bhakta is that those who do not pray for worldly desires alone. You pray for the well-being of not only his well-being, her well-being, everyone's, and start seeing God in each and everything around you, and finally become Asi. Aham Brahma Asmi. That means finally realize that God has made you through Him, so you are the perfect parcel of God. That if you realize, you are the highest bhakta. That is called Uttama Bhakta. So this is how slowly he will tell the three bhaktas in these verses. Let us go to the 19th verse. Ankit. Ankit is there. Who was it? Ankit or Aniket? Okay, Aniket. Are you
Aniket.
prepared? Are you prepared?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please. I think two mics are there. Can you switch off one mic? Please try.
बहून जन्मनामन्ते
Bahunam janmadamante
ज्ञानवानमा प्रदत्तते
jnanavan mam prapadyate vasudeva sarvamiti
Sarvamiti.
Sir.
mahatma sudurlabham.
Masudurlabha.
I think Aniket, wherever you are, your audio is very bleak. I can't hear you. Can you just check the audio, please, Aniket? Are you on a phone? Your audio is very bleak, Aniket. Can't hear properly. Okay, let us try. Go ahead. Okay. Yakshita, can you read this, please? I think Aniket has been trouble.
Okay, sir. The literal meaning. After many months of spiritual practice, one who is endowed with knowledge surrenders unto me, knowing me to be all that is. Such a great soul is indeed very rare. What I
Shahrukh,
understood from
okay, you can read. Continue.
Sri Krishna said that intellectual person thought bhakti is inferior from knowledge. They dislike towards the people who engaged in devotion because they're busy in the brainy act and developing their knowledge. Whereas Sri Krishna declares a knowledgeable person spends several lifetimes to developing his knowledge, and only when his knowledge becomes mature, then he finally surrenders to God. It means true knowledge is the way of devotion.
Sir,
Sir.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Sir, actually, when I was reading it, it went by its own. It offed
Okay.
it.
No, we could not hear you well. No problem.
When
No problem.
Krishna said, so I
Yeah.
Sir,
You want to
read it?
You want to go? Yeah, read. Please read.
So is Sri Krishna told that Sri Krishna said ancient person thought the bhakti is inferior from knowledge. They dislike towards the people and get devoted because they are busy in brainly. So Sri Krishna, so people who want to gain knowledge, they will be full busy in the knowledge. But Krishna told that who will be who knows everything, who will know everything, every knowledge, they will just surrender to God. So it means that true knowledge is a way of devotion.
Fantastic. Very good. So,
thank you, Hari.
Very nice, Aniket. So you understood the verse. You have nicely explained the meaning. Now you start implementing it. So what is the implementation? Tomorrow, even though you are in the class and you know all the maths or physics, after knowing everything, wait for the teacher to ask you whether you know it. Give chance to everyone. That is the understanding of this verse. Just because you know everything, don't go and tell I know. So Sri Krishna likes to tell such knowledgeable people that they don't show that they are brainy. The real brainy people will show the devotion towards the subject. For children, I will not say Krishna alone. Even in your school, the teacher, the studies, you show the devotion to the subject. And then you see, you will be anyway first, whatever in the ranking may be, but you are the true student. You are the ideal student. So that is the meaning of this verse. Let us go to the 20th verse today. Ankita, you are there?
But sir, I have for today's you gave me something, right, sir? Yamana Avatar.
I will give you. It is there after this. It is there. Your story is there. I have kept it. Let us go to the 20. Yeah.
कामेस्तस्ते हृत्विज्ञाना
कामेस्तैस्तैर्यतज्ञानाम्
प्रापद्यन्ते न्यदेवता
प्रापद्यन्त्यन्यदेवता
तं तं नियममास्थाय
तं नियममास्थाय
प्रकृत्या नियता स्वया
प्रकृत्या नियता स्वया
The short meaning of this verse is governed by their own nature, deprived of discrimination by various desires, resort to other deities by taking to various disciplines. So next. In this verse, Lord Krishna tells about category of devotees. There are some people who worship other devas for purpose of acquiring some worldly benefits. Their wisdom is covered by their desires. So they do various rites and rituals for their desire satisfaction. The main purpose is to complete their desires. They worship devas according to their own nature and not much interested in Supreme Lord. Their nature originates from the sanskars accumulated by previous births. Hari Om. Thank you.
Excellent, excellent. I can see so much improvement in your presentation, both Moksha and Ankita, because now they are also explaining what they understood. So our understanding is now improving. That is because of practice. Here, Krishna is trying to say those who worship Krishna or whichever Lord, depending upon what they worship from, what they wanted to worship for, they will see him in that way. So those who worship for some desires, they will get the desires. Those who worship for some accomplishment, they will accomplish it. But the real accomplishment would be to not have any kind of materialistic desires, outward worldly desires, but to find the peace, happiness, and everlasting security within us, which is there. Because our five senses always see something glistering, something which is very attractive, and our five senses wants to go outwardly. If you see a nice some photo of some place in a magazine or a newspaper, immediately our eyes will capture it, brain will process it, and our hands, legs, and everything will start moving towards it. Doesn't it happen on a vacation if someone has gone somewhere and we hear about it? Oh, my friend has gone to England. I should also try to go to England. That is how desires are happen, and it will start to karma, and then all the other things will start. But what God is trying to say, all these are because of our previous janma vasanas. Vasanas means the desires we carry from the last janma. I know many people will think, what is this last Janma, other Janmas? We all got this Janma because definitely we have done lot of good things in the previous Janma. But before that, many Janmas, we must have not done good things, or we must have lot of desires left over, like leftover food in the night. Next day, we have to eat or something. We generally don't want, but it will come in front of you. So desires just come like that, leftover desires. That's why our dreams also sometimes are different. We don't know why this dream came to me. This is the whole meaning of this verse, that desires will come and go, but a real jnani, a real bhakta will avoid all this and be on one single path of spirituality. Now we come to Vamana avatar, one of the transition between we saw how the avatars are changed. So Vamana avatar is the avatar of Vishnu, in which the evolution, the intellectual part has become the best. Before it was, Vara avatar, all animal, amphibians, all this now is the transition phase is Vamana avatar. Please go ahead. Aniket, please go ahead.
So one day Indradev reached to Vishnu Deva. Indradev told that King Bali, who won heaven and earth, and gods no longer owned the heaven and the earth. Please save. But the Vishnu Dev refused. He told, why I don't want to join this war. Why I should kill a kind-hearted Mahabali. Next page. Lord Vishnu thought that if they will not, the Dev will not be, then how the earth and earth people will survive? Like just if Vayu will not be, so how we will get oxygen, how we will get air? Lord Vishnu took his fifth avatar, Vamana.
Good. Go ahead.
King and restore balance to earth. So one day he went to Mahabali kingdom. Yamuna told that I need 3 things from you. So Mahabali told, okay, what do you want? Vamana became so big, and he stamped on the earth. His foot, he stamped on the earth and told, I need earth. Next he stamped on the heaven and he told, I need the heaven. Next, Yamuna told, what now I can take from you? Mahabali told that you can keep your foot on my head. When Yamuna kept his foot on Bali's head, then Bali went to hell, and Vamana came in Vishnu roop and told that this kingdom, hell is your kingdom, hell is yours. Now you are the king of the hell. Thank you. Hari Om.
Excellent. Aniket is a very good storyteller. So whenever you are very proud, God will make something happen, something will be created so that we will know our place. But when you surrender, when God Himself will lift you and keep in some place. So we have to understand that, children, never get overconfident. Be confident, but never do anything over, and overconfidence is not good. Similarly, You be proud about what you're doing, but don't have pride. There's a two difference in this. So, as Aniket very well explained about the story of Bali and Vamana avatar, it is a avatar where intelligence supersedes over anything in the beings. Because before that, all avatars had restrictions. You know, Vara avatar, Kurma avatar, Matsya avatar, they were all having intelligence but were limited. From now on, the Vamana avatar, then Parshurama, Rama, Krishna, all avatars are having super intelligence. And you are all made by God, so you are avatar of God. Okay? All the kids, all the beings are avatar of God. See it that way. We come to today's second last verse if possible. Okay, Swastik, go ahead. Oh, Swastik's verse I have not added. Children, we will stop here because I also have one more class after this, and maybe from Swastik's verse we'll take in the next class. And then we can take some time for question answers. I think this is Swastik's verse, right? Okay. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. Children, all of you did so